Hey all, this is Pranesh and we will discuss about how to learn technical skills faster. In our increasingly digital first economy, coding has developed from a niche technical skill into a universal language of innovations. Yet a vast majority of aspiring learners feel paralyzed before they even write their first line of code. This hesitation usually stems from the sheer volume of information available with a hundred of a programming language, thousands of frameworks and an endless stream of roadmaps on the internet. It is easy to see why beginners feel like they are drowning in a sea of options. The most effective way to cut through this noise is to strip away the complexity and realize that at its heart, coding is simply the art of giving precise logical instruction to a computer to solve a human problem. Python is almost universally recommended for this reason. Its syntax is clean, readable, and remarkably similar to English, which allows you to focus on their logic rather than getting frustrated by missing semicolons or complex memory management. For that, you must anchor yourself to one language and master the big four fundamentals: variables, which stores data, data types, which categorize the data, loops, which automates the repetitive tasks, and conditions, which allow the programs to make decisions. Beyond the memorizing the syntax, you must train your brain to think algorithmically. This means like taking a massive intimidating problem and deconstructing into a sequence of a tiny manageable steps. If you rush into the advanced AI or a web architecture without this foundation, you will eventually hit a wall by prioritizing a slow, deliberately understanding the basics. You are not just learning to type code, you are building the mental infrastructure required to become a professional problem solver who can be eventually master any technology that comes your way in future. The power of hands-on practice. After you have grasped the basic syntax of your chosen language, you must make a critical transition from being a passive consumer of information to an active creator of a software. One of the most common mistakes beginners make is falling into tutorial hell state where you have to spend hours watching videos and feeling like you understand the concept, only to realize you have no idea how to start a project from a blank slate. Coding is an aesthetic skill, it is something you learn through your fingers, not just your eyes. Real understanding only happens when you are forced to grapple with the problem. Make a mistake, read an error message, and figure out how it to be fixed. This is why consistent daily practice is a non-negotiable. You should start with the incredibly simple programs. Perhaps a script that calculates your monthly budget or a program that plays a game rock paper scissors. This may seem like a toys, but they are actually building a block of confidence. Every time you have successfully solved a small logic puzzle, your brain strengthens into a neural pathway for a computational thinking. It is completely normal and even expected to feel frustrated for stucking for hours in a single bug. In the professional world, getting stuck is actually the job description. The difference between a beginner and an expert is simply the persistence to keep digging until the solution appears. As you progress, you should begin regarding other people's code on platform like GitHub. This exposes you to different coding styles and creative ways of structuring logic that you might think never thought or your own. You must abandon the need for perfection and embrace the messy pace of learning. Over time, this cumulative experience transforms your initial confusion into a deep-seated intuitions, allowing you to look at a complex problem and you see the underlying structure of the solutions before you ever touch the key. Strategy, consistency, and long-term growth. Navigating the transition from a complete novice to a competent coder requires more than just the raw talent. It requires a disciplined, structured approach that treats learning as a long-term investment. The roadmap to success is straightforward but requires immense grit. You start by narrowing your focus to one language, master the foundational logic, and then immediately begin applying those lessons to small-scale projects. As your skill set expands, you should deliberately increase the difficulty of your work. If you built a calculator yesterday, try building a weather app that pulls real-time data today. The gradual staircase of complexity ensures that you are always operating at the edge of your abilities without becoming completely overwhelmed. However, the true secret weapon in this coding is a consistency. The coding is a use it or lose it skill. Practicing for 30 minutes every single day is vastly superior to a 12-hour marathon once every 2 weeks. In the beginning, progress will feel agonizing slow and you might feel like you aren't making any headway at all. This is the plateau of latent potential, where the work you are doing is building up, but the results aren't visible yet. It is a vital during this period to stop comparing your progress to a child prodigies or the seasoned level developers you see on social media. Your only competition is the version of yourself that existed yesterday. Coding is not a race to see someone who can finish the curriculum fastest. It is a journey of persistence and incremental growth. The technology landscape will continue to change, but the ability to think logically and learn new systems will always be in the high demand. If you remain dedicated, maintain your curiosity and refuse to be intimidated by initial sleepiness of the learning curve, you will eventually find that you have developed a superpower.